Hello, Iman. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm so good, thank you. And I want to say thank you for joining us on for ACE and Co. And this is opportunity to celebrate you. So why don't you introduce yourself and tell us where you're from?
Yeah, so my name is Iman, and I'm currently in my fourth year studying computer engineering at Toronto Metropolitan University, and I will be graduating this upcoming June. So super excited for that.
Congratulations. Congratulations. What inspired you to pursue a career in software engineering?
Yeah, so I feel like my interest in software engineering sparked from watching my two older sisters' involvement in like tech programs and courses. They are also software engineers themselves. So like seeing the games that they developed through code or the circuits that they created from a very young age, it would really fascinate me and it really made me curious about the possibilities of technology from a very young age. But I feel like also when I joined my school's robotics team in fourth grade, that had also really solidified my passion. We basically had to make a robot out of different components like Lego pieces and motors and use code to program it to do various tasks like picking up a golf ball and moving it across the board. And it was just really cool to see how all these components combined and coding as well brought this robot to life. And in this club, we also had the opportunity to participate in like a competition with other schools. And I was in fourth grade and we were able to score enough points to make it to the provincials. And so at that point, it was really exciting for me, especially as a fourth grade student. And that's when I realized, like, oh, like I love like technology. I like coming up with new ideas, and I also really like working with a team.
Mhm.
And then, like throughout school, like middle school, I like joined my robotics team there, and then like also like in my high school courses, I would always try to take as many technology courses as I could. And I feel like all of like these things combined like led me to pursuing software engineering. Um, it was kind of just drawn from like my like experience in robotics and like my from my sisters and then also just enrolling in tech courses.
That is so amazing. So you're telling me then that all of these extracurricular programs at school, like the robotics clubs, they do work,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah, they
That's
do.
amazing. That's amazing because a lot of times I
Mhm.
think maybe organizations are like wondering, are they even moving the needle? Are these programs that they're doing really helping girls, go into that direction? And you're proof from grade 4 that it works, right?
Yeah,
That's
it,
amazing.
yeah.
So for some of our viewers, because we have viewers all age groups, but some people might not even know what a software engineer does. So you tell us about, in grade school, all these different programs, but what is a software engineer? And then what made you decide, like, yes, that's what I'm going to pursue? Was there a moment maybe in high school that you said, okay, this is it?
Hmm. Yeah, so a software engineer is basically someone who like designs and develops like software applications, and they basically get to work with different programming languages and tools and technologies to create like software solutions that address specific needs or specific like world issues. And I feel like what really drew me to engineering is like the opportunity to create and innovating things. I like that you can help people, you can solve problems, and you can also like make things a lot more efficient. And I feel like in my final year project this year, actually, like I got to work in a group to create a website that allows individuals and businesses to manage their battery storage systems. And so we mainly focus on like optimizing utility scale batteries, which are used for like renewable energy sources like wind turbines and solar panels.
Mhm.
And our like main goal was to improve the efficiency, performance, and the cost effectiveness of these energy storage systems. And so we, use programming languages to create features like user login, registration, authentication, like the battery dashboard monitoring. We created like optimization algorithms and like being able, like for the first time, to like build something entirely from scratch was honestly so like incredible and so rewarding for me because I was able to use like all of the knowledge that I've used throughout like my entire like journey
Mhm.
and like put it into this one project. And so yeah, I really like software engineering. I like that I like that you get to work in a team, you get to like brainstorm ideas, you get to like bounce ideas off of each other, and then everyone gets to use their like skills, and we get to work together to like bring our projects and our ideas to life. I really like that, and also like I like that the field is always changing. So, like there's a lot of different things that you can pursue like within software engineering, which I like. I love to learn new things. So yeah, I just like how you can learn new things and try different things out within this field.
Oh, that is so amazing. And you mentioned before about you having sisters who are also software engineers. So I
Yeah.
understand that you're the youngest. So what has it been like following in their footsteps? And how would you say their guidance has shaped your journey?
Yes. So honestly, like it's been really inspiring and supportive for me. Like having them as role models, like they've basically provided me with guidance and mentorship throughout like my whole journey. And it's also like really nice knowing that I'm not going through this whole journey blind. Like
Hmm.
it's nice knowing that if there are times where I'm struggling with the course or like if I'm, you know, like struggling with preparing for a technical interview, I can ask them for some advice and you know they offer a lot of like advice on like technical concepts and they you know basically tell me like their opinions on how to navigate the industry and I really like knowing that they've walked a similar path and they face similar challenges because it just gives me a lot of guidance and confidence as I pursue like my own career in software engineering and I feel like without them I would feel like a lot more scared and alone. Um, and I do recognize that a lot of like my female peers, you know, they don't have that kind of opportunity like how I do, or have like these kinds of role models with them.
Hmm.
So yeah, I'm very grateful for it, and it's just really nice knowing or like seeing other women excelling in engineering, just because it's like a male-dominated field.
Yes, yes, for sure. Thank you for sharing that. Like, you're so blessed to have sisters that have kind of,
Yeah,
you know, guided you on that path and that journey. And thanks for recognizing that not everybody does have that kind of
yeah.
um support. But okay, so outside of your sisters, who would you say your mentors or your role models are in the tech industry, and how have they influenced you? So for those girls that maybe don't have the big sisters, maybe there's some mentors that you can share with them.
I feel like some of my like mentors and role models will probably be like the peers or like the friends that I made in the Women in Engineering student group that I was involved in at Toronto Metropolitan University. So
Mhm.
like they have like provided me first of all with like opportunities to grow. Like um, I was like the mentorship director, so I like ran the mentorship program for women in engineering at TMU, and so um, like this experience, like I was able to develop my leadership skills, and then I was also able to like provide support and guidance to like others in the community. So it was really nice to have a student group like this
Mhm.
but also like I was surrounded by like-minded individuals, and so we were able to learn from each other's experiences and you know like share insights with each other and help each other grow. So they were probably like my like big like some of my mentors that were really impactful in my journey. And I just really like being in the student group because of like how nice the environment was. But yeah, they're some of my biggest role models. Like,
That's so nice. And what advice would you give to younger women who are interested in pursuing the same career?
yeah, so um, honestly, the first piece of advice would probably be to like try to stay involved in the community. So seek out for like mentors and supportive communities and organizations where you can learn and grow. So, like in my second year, I well, in my first year, I was not involved in any clubs at all, like at my school. And then in second year, I like randomly decided to join like three clubs and extracurriculars. And along with that, I was hosting my own organization called Maker. So I was really involved. And even though it was kind of hectic with like the engineering course load, I don't regret it at all. Like I'm so grateful for for that opportunity, for being able to kind of like pursue my passion for
Mhm.
technology and like making a difference and helping people in the community. So yeah, like definitely get involved and try to join as many organizations that you can or like that you're passionate about. And then I think also like just like believe in yourself and your abilities. Like don't let the stereotypes in um engineering like hold you back. You belong in this field just as much as anyone else. So that's also really important to know.
That is important because sometimes we feel that we are too afraid to even put up our hands, or sometimes
Yeah.
we think that it's too hard, right? So, what about you? I'm sure you've faced some challenges in this, trying to
Mhm.
get into this industry. How do you overcome those challenges? For those young women that might think, well, that's not for me, it's too hard, or, I don't think I want to be in that position. How do you overcome challenges? And maybe that can help them as well.
Yeah, so yeah, for sure. Like, as someone like a woman in the tech industry, one of the challenges that I faced is like being one of the few girls in my labs and classes at school. And so there are times where I feel like I don't belong or I feel like I'm somehow like different from my peers. Um, but I've said this before, like I feel like by joining like the Women in Engineering student group at my university, like that group is so like welcoming and supportive, and I get to connect with others who share similar experiences and like goals, and also like joining like networking events and mentorship programs and like being involved in like different group discussions. Like from these I've really been able to gain a lot of confidence and like a sense of belonging in this male dominated industry.
Thank you for sharing that. It's so important that we know communication, networking, collaboration, all those key things are
Hmm.
what's going to help you get over some of those challenges. So learning to
Yeah.
be able to speak up and go for certain things. You mentioned your first year, you didn't join any clubs, but what made
Hmm.
you decide in the second year that, I'm going to overcome a challenge and do that? What made you decide not to do it in the first year, and then what made you decide to go for it the second year?
So I feel like in my first year, well, I'm like new to university. I didn't even know about like what student groups were offered at
Hmm.
my school. Um, I always knew that I wanted to join some clubs. I just didn't know like where I could find out about this information or like how to join or what I wanted to join.
Hmm.
And then like by the time I like figured all that out, like application and recruitment process was already done. So I like kind of had to wait until the following year. Um, I I don't know why I joined three. Like honestly, like it was definitely hectic, but again, like I don't regret it, and I'm just really happy that I got to do that.
That's amazing. So you did mention a little bit about a collective, and I'm going to talk about that in a second. But we all know that STEAM stands for science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics. What does that
Mhm.
A, the arts, mean to you in context of STEAM? Because I understand that you are an artist as well.
Yes, so I feel like the A basically means like the importance of combining like creativity with like science and technology. So I feel like art and technology, they don't need to be kept separate. They can be combined to bring out like the best of both worlds. So I feel like as a software engineer, that basically would mean like my role, it's much more than just coding. Like yes, coding is super important for building like the functional software of like an application, but I also need to make sure that the product that I'm making is visually appealing and it's user friendly. And so that involves incorporating like design principles and artistic elements
Mhm.
in this development process. And so I feel like um, when you integrate art and technology, when you combine those two, you create software that not only is performing well, but it's also providing uh, like a positive user experience, and it's making sure that things are looking good and are easy to use.
Mhm.
Um, so I feel like the A basically means like thinking creatively and kind of like adding your artistic touch to like science and engineering and math.
That's amazing. So that A, that arts, um, with that creative thinking, I understand you and your sister started a collective.
Yeah.
So what is that collective and what, inspired you to do that? Tell us a little bit more.
Yes. Yeah, for sure. So, in 2019, my sisters and I, we co-founded a nonprofit program called Makers, and we basically had a mission of making arts and technology a lot more accessible to youth. And so our initiative basically aims to inspire STEAM awareness among young girls, and we basically wanted to like empower them um, to like explore and try out different things in these fields and kind of like get a feel of what they're like. And
Mhm.
so over the years, we've organized a lot of different programs to like for our participants. So like back in 2019, this was like during peak COVID-19.
Yeah.
So that's when we launched our first program, which focused on like teaching art journaling techniques. Um, just so that people had a way of expressing themselves through like like the social isolation and like during the lockdown. And
Mhm.
then that project or what it was very successful for us, and so we decided to kind of like try out different things like scene making and pottery. And then, like, all of these things were very art focused programs. And, we realized that we kind of wanted to, like, also merge our technologies and engineering skills because that's also something that we're passionate about. So we wanted to combine, like, art and technology together because we realized like, oh yeah, they do share like a very common element, which is like creativity. And so that kind of realization led us to creating a program called Full Steam Ahead. And that's basically where we wanted to like explore the relationship between art and technology through by like providing our participants with hands-on technical projects.
Mhm.
um, and yeah, like in my role within Makers, I basically focus on like managing logistics, like making sure that our programs are running smoothly, that like I help with planning the activities for each of our workshops. I help with like budgeting, creating promotional materials for our social medias, as well. And yeah, like there's a lot of behind the scenes work for running these programs, but it's been really like fulfilling to see the impact that they've had on our participants and also like in the community.
And that is really amazing. So that these girls get to experience how they
Yeah,
could, join arts and technology together. And I think that is the beauty of STEAM. So a lot of people don't understand the difference between STEAM and STEM, but adding that arts piece takes it to a whole different world and so many different career possibilities available. So congrats to you and your sisters for starting a collective like this to bring awareness. That is really amazing. But now I want to also shift a little bit more of the focus on you. We've been talking about you, but now I really want to celebrate. So here at ACE and Co, we've decided to have our first scholarship. We wanted that some of our proceeds actually goes towards a scholarship called Empower Her, and it's the Empower Her Award that we actually started with Toronto Metro University. You are the very first recipient, and when we put this scholarship in place, we wanted it to be able for women and girls who are pursuing an education in STEAM. And what really amazed us when we found out that you were the recipient was all the work that you were doing in the community and full steam ahead. It was perfect because here at Ace and Co, our focus is making sure that people are aware of what the arts and STEAM is and what the career possibilities are available to them. Tell us a little bit of like what made you decide to apply for this award? How did you feel when you found out that you were the recipient of the award? And why do you think that awards like this is important?
Yeah, for sure. So, first of all, thank you so much. Like, receiving this award, it's been, like, it's been really impactful for me. Um, I applied for this award, like, I just randomly went on the, like, scholarship website, that our school has, and, like, I saw kind of like the requirements of this award, and I felt like I fit all of those requirements just because of my involvement in like all of these like STEAM initiatives. And yeah, like this scholarship, it's honestly like it's been a really huge help for me, like financially, like it's made it a lot more easier to like cover like tuition and expenses, especially because like engineering is definitely one of the more expensive programs compared to like the other ones. And then
Mhm,
like on top of that, like, commuting to downtown and like there's like just a lot of other expenses and all these things combined, like the scholarship definitely like helps with covering all that. But like beyond like the financial aspect, it like means a lot to me like on a personal level. Like um since I've been running like all of these like these programs and these STEAM initiatives, and it's something that I'm very passionate about. Like, this scholarship kind of shows that my hard work pays off, and it definitely motivates me to, like keep promoting STEAM in my community.
mhm.
And yeah, like this involvement, like it not only allows me to like contribute to my community, but it just like it allows me to like merge my love for technology and art in a lot of different meaningful ways. So yeah, I'm really like grateful for this scholarship. And yeah, like I think it's really important to have awards like these and to kind of like recognize the work that like like that people are doing, just because it's like super motivating, and it's really nice when someone is like recognizing the hard work that you're doing like in the community.
Yeah, so congrats to you again. We find that it's very important to not just have these talks, but put the actions behind it. And then you're
Yeah.
showing that it's important to stay the course. So we want to encourage people to support, especially when we see young girls, young females that are pursuing an education in STEAM, that they can
Mhm.
continue the journey and if there's help along the way. So, do you have any words of advice for young women at TMU that may be considering a career in STEAM, education in STEAM, or considering applying for a scholarship?
I honestly, my biggest advice would be like don't be scared to apply. Like, I feel like a lot of people like look at all these scholarships and they just don't end up applying just because like maybe they don't want to write an essay or like submit a video. But I feel like if you're like super involved in the community and if you're like making a difference, you definitely should be applying. Like, this is such a great way to recognize like all the hard work that you're doing. Um, and yeah, just stay involved and try to get involved as much as you can, at your university and also in the community. Um, and yeah, like I guess that's my advice, to just stay involved and like just try to find as many organizations as you can that you're passionate about and try to get involved in those.
Thank you for that advice and letting people know, like, stay the course, don't get discouraged. So,
Yeah.
lastly, before we wrap this up, what are your future aspirations and goals in the field of software engineering? And you've already talked about all these amazing things, but how do you plan to continue to empower other young women along the way?
Yeah, so my future in software engineering, I guess, is to definitely like keep learning, keep taking on new challenges. Like I hope to kind of like find a job where I can use all of the skills that I've learned throughout like my entire journey so far. And I definitely plan to continue to create programs within Makers. Um, Definitely like a lot more STEAM focused programs now that we've done our first one. We definitely want to do a lot more like it. Um, but like also like just trying to continue to be involved in my community, like even though like I'm not like in school anymore, so I can't join all of those extracurriculars. I'm hoping to kind of like find like other organizations in the community that I can be involved in where I can, you know, like mentor people, share my experiences with others, and also like advocate for diversity in the industry. And yeah, I hope to continue like advocating for women in STEAM, especially like the younger generations, and making sure like to let them know that getting in this field is not like hope I'm hoping to make this field a lot less intimidating for them, and just making it a lot more exciting.
Thank you so much, Iman. So if anybody wants to find out more about your collective, where can they find out more about that?
Yes, so we have a website and called Sorry, I forgot the website. Makers Collective, makerstoronto.com, sorry.
Mm.
And we also have an Instagram page, makers.toronto, where you can learn more about what we do. And yeah, on our Instagram, that's where we kind of post about all of our programs that we're running. So if you're interested in applying, you can definitely keep a lookout on our Instagram.
Thank you. So I'm definitely going to start following your profile on Instagram. And I plan to stay in touch with you because your purpose aligns with our mission so well. And we are so happy and proud that you are the first recipient of the Empower Her Award here at ACE & Co. So thank you so much. We will make sure to put the website up so that people can know where to find out more about Makerspace. And we'll direct them to your LinkedIn as well. So hopefully you can get some more connections on that as well. So wishing you all the best in the future. Thank you for taking the time out for speaking with us. It was such a pleasure to meet you, Iman.
Thank you so much for taking the time to do this as well. Super grateful to be a recipient of this award and also the first recipient. So, thank you so much for this opportunity.
Yes, and here's to many, many more. So, if anyone is out there that is watching this, that is a student of TMU, check out ACE & Co. Empower Her Award. We're planning to offer this award for the next 4 years. So, we're planning to have much more recipients. So, thank you again, everyone, and thank you, Iman.
Thank you.